Shakur Stevenson just shook the boxing world, not with his fists, but with a decision that's got fans fuming. Instead of stepping into the ring to face the undefeated powerhouse William Zepeda, Shakur backed out, citing broken money promises. But here's the kicker. Fans aren't buying it. They say he's chasing cash, not greatness. The same fighter who once claimed he wanted to prove he's the best is now being accused of ducking real competition, and the backlash is growing louder by the hour. Boxing isn't a business for the timid, and right now, Shakur's move is looking more like a business strategy than a warrior's mindset. When you start sounding more like a paycheck chaser than a future legend, people notice. While Zepeda stays ready and hungry, Shakur's reputation takes a major hit. Is this a smart career move or the start of a slow fade from boxing spotlight? Fans are calling it out, and the pressure is on. Oscar De La Hoya recently announced that Shakur Stevenson has pulled out of his planned fight with William Zepeda. According to Stevenson, the reason behind this decision is financial. He shared on social media that Turkey, one of the major backers of recent boxing events, had promised him a certain amount of money for the fight but is now backing out of that commitment. This unexpected change seems to have frustrated Stevenson enough to cancel the fight altogether. While Stevenson didn't mention the exact amount he was promised, the situation suggests it was significant to him. His decision not to go forward with the fight has sparked criticism, with many questioning if he's more interested in money than building a strong legacy. It appears that Stevenson is focusing more on getting paid than proving he's one of the best in the sport. Fans who once admired his skill are now wondering if he's following in the footsteps of other boxers who've been accused of chasing paychecks instead of challenges. People are curious about how much Turkey originally offered Stevenson. If it was similar to what he made in his last fight against Josh Padley, a bout many considered easy, it might have been a fair deal. But if Stevenson expected something as high as $10 million for fighting Zepeda, that might be asking too much. Neither Stevenson nor Zepeda has the star power to carry a major pay-per-view event, and Zepeda's recent performances haven't helped. With two underwhelming fights against Tevin Farmer, his fan appeal has dropped. Trying to sell Stevenson versus Zepeda as a main event would likely be a hard sell, no matter how exciting the rest of the fight card is. Since moving up to lightweight, Stevenson's career hasn't taken off the way many hoped. He started with a fight against an unknown opponent, followed by a disappointing performance against Edwin de los Santos, where he spent most of the match avoiding action and was booed by the crowd. His final bout with Top Rank was also forgettable. When he had a chance to fight Jadier Herrera, a much more dangerous opponent, he instead chose Josh Padley, a part-time boxer. These choices make it seem like Stevenson is playing it safe instead of pushing himself, which isn't helping him win fans or respect. With all of this in mind, it's understandable why Turkey might be rethinking his investment in Stevenson. The excitement and hype that promoters look for in headline fighters just isn't there right now. Stevenson's recent fights haven't delivered the action fans want, and his cautious matchmaking raises questions about his willingness to take real risks. If he continues down this path, he might find himself left out of the spotlight. In a sport driven by passion, power, and performance, playing it safe and demanding top dollar doesn't get you far. Shakur's recent actions are beginning to wear thin with boxing fans. Once considered one of the brightest talents in the sport, he now finds himself at the center of criticism, not for his skills, but for the way he's managing his career. Instead of building momentum by facing dangerous top-tier opponents, Stevenson seems to be avoiding real challenges while expecting top-tier pay. This disconnect between risk and reward is making fans question his hunger for greatness. Many believe that unless he starts taking real chances, he will lose the respect he once commanded in the boxing community. There's also frustration from promoters and networks who are trying to put together exciting events. Fighters like Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez are known for thrilling fights and willingness to face tough opponents. They're delivering what fans pay to see: action, excitement, and knockouts. Shakur, in contrast, has yet to prove he can sell out arenas or generate high pay-per-view numbers. His cautious style, paired with decisions like pulling out of the Zepeda fight, makes him look unreliable. That's a red flag for people who want to invest in his career, especially if he's demanding millions.